Alrighty, here we go, folks. It's on for our first test here with Project xCloud, and now I'm going to be using my home Wi-Fi for this test. I'm going to do a couple of different tests. One's going to be on mobile, then I'm going to be on my home Wi-Fi, work Wi-Fi, a couple of different scenarios, and then I'm going to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of how things are actually working. But for this particular test, in the video, I'm going to just show you what things look like from my home Wi-Fi. And just to give you a better sense of how things are looking, let's go ahead and run a speed test real quick on the phone, so that way you guys can get a little bit of an idea what kind of connection that we're looking at here. So here we go, we're at our speed test app. We're just going to go ahead and hit go, connecting to looks like CenturyLink here in Seattle. And let's take a look at download speeds. Looks like we're tapping out at about 270, 280 as it rolls back just a little bit. And we're speeding back up again. Looks to be about 290 is where it stopped at, 291 according to the metrics. I am using my home Wi-Fi, as I mentioned. It is the 5 gigahertz band. It is recommended when you do Project xCloud that you do connect to 5 gigahertz band if you're able to, for the most reliable connection. It looks like the upload speed's at 32.8 megabit and the download at 291 megabits. So that should be a pretty good connection. The recommended connection type for this sort of preview is similar to downloading streaming video, so just like Netflix or YouTube's, things like that. You're going to want to look for a 10 megabit down connection. That's what you're really going to need in order to make sure this works properly. So we're good to go here. We're going to go ahead and back up, and we're going to go into the Project xCloud. So we're going to go into Apps, and we're going to look for Project xCloud right over here. It should be streaming services, I think. Look at all these different apps I've got. I really need to clean this up, don't I? Let's see here. All right, so here we are. It's the streaming app. That's what it's going to be. Of course, you want to make sure that you download that from the Google Play Store. The Project xCloud preview program is only available for Android, so it's not out for iOS as of the filming of this video. I know that the plan is for that to actually come out to iOS. It's just not there for this preview. So we'll go ahead and tap A for the streaming services, and look at, there we go, game streaming preview. There we go. Jump in and stream with Project xCloud. So I'm already signed in. If you've never signed in before, it's going to ask you to sign in with your Microsoft account that you would normally use for Xbox Live. During this preview, or at least right now, they have Gears of War 5, Halo 5 Guardians, Killer Instinct, and Sea of Thieves. So we can take a look at a couple of different options here in the menu just to kind of get an idea of what we've got going on. If you touch the 3 buttons at the top, the hamburger button that most people talk about, it'll switch you to console streaming. Then, of course, you can go over here, and then you can tap and see what else their options are. We have the home button, which brings you right back here to home. And over here, we've got feedback. And then, of course, MonkeyDude22, that's my name. We'll have a couple of different options as soon as we actually open up a game. So let's go ahead and let's try some Killer Instinct for this video. So right here, we have the legendary combo stuff for Killer Instinct. Of course, you can tap A so you can see the description. This is pretty similar. I believe this is also what would show in the Xbox store or on the Windows store if you were getting the Windows 10 version. Of course, the nice thing about this is a cross-platform multiplayer game between Xbox One and Windows 10. Of course, if you're on xCloud, it pretty much pretends that you're like on an Xbox console. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and go into Killer Instinct, and we're going to hit play, and then we're going to see how this one works here. So game streaming preview. Enjoy. Please share your feedback. They're really looking for some feedback for this game and all games. They want to know how the latency works. They want to know how you might be experiencing some quality with the video and things of that nature. So yeah, there's a lot of things that you do want to provide feedback if you do have any feedback whatsoever. And hopefully the audio will come through on this. It should. But I'll take a look at that. Here we go. All right. Iron Galaxy, and it looks just like you would find on any other Xbox game. And notice how quickly that started up. It did not take very long at all to get that started up. Let's see if I can't up the sound volume here on my phone. There we go. I think that might be a little bit better. All right, so one thing to notice real quick here before we jump in, you might have noticed an Xbox button that showed up here on the screen. If you tap that button, it's going to open up your guide, and this is going to bring up your friends list. You can start a party, invitations, you can even look at your achievements right here. Now, the one thing to note is during the preview, they don't have the party chats or things like that going on. I'll just go ahead and try to start a party here and see what actually happens. Oh, we actually do have a party option going on right now. So yeah, this is actually working now. Originally this was not working, but now you can actually set up the parties, and it looks just like on every other Xbox Live party. So we can go and we can take a look at the friends too, but it's all just the basic options right here. And then of course you can hit the guide button. It brings you right back out Android phone, but you can just go right back in. You'll get a little bit of a preview menu just of course while it's getting things set up again, but it's usually pretty quick to get right back in. So yeah, that's the one thing to note is your Xbox button is not really used at all during Project xCloud during the streaming phase. It brings you right back to your Android menu. So let's go ahead and start it up. So hit the menu. Feels really responsive right there. So it's syncing up to the Ultratech servers, downloading DLC and syncing shadows, anything of that nature. I'm not sure how this works in terms of DLC, if it's only allowing you to play with the DLC that you currently own, or if it's giving you everything. Since this is a preview, I would imagine that it's giving me all the DLC. I'll know pretty quick because I don't own all of the characters in Killer Instinct. But my guess is that during this preview window, they're going to give you all the DLC just because it's a test environment and they want people to test out as much as they possibly can. And it looks like we got a refreshing DLC timeout, and well, there it goes. It just worked just like that. So we got all the different modes here. It's just like you would normally find on any other game. You got the store, Shadow Lords, single player, multiplayer, score. Let's go ahead and try a single player match right now just to kind of get our feet wet, because honestly I haven't played this game in forever. And let's see what's happening here. Looks like it's the daily loot. I guess they have daily loots now. I have not played this game in forever. So let's go ahead and just do like a fight with a different AI opponent. And we'll do a player versus CPU. And then I'll try to jump online and see if I can't get into an online match and see how that works. Yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of different characters here that I don't own. One of them being Rash, and Rash, of course, is from Battletoads. Let's see if I can select him here. Yeah, there he is right there. I mean, I can tell you right now, just from surfing the menus, it feels very responsive right now in terms of like what I'm doing. So like as soon as I hit like down, boom, it changes really instantaneously. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't really notice any latency at all whatsoever, but the real test is going to come into play when we actually get into the game. So let's go ahead and let's do, yeah, why not? Let's just do Fulgore. Classic. Of course, we got to go with the classic retro costume. All right, just go retro color 1. And I'm trying to press these buttons fairly loud so you can hear it on the microphone, so that way you can get a little bit of an idea of how responsive it is. Let's just go to Fury's Core. Why not? All right. Now, as a caveat, I am playing this on a Galaxy S10 Plus. I am capturing this through, of course, the multimedia output device, and it's going into my AVerMedia Live Gamer 4K capture card, and I'm capturing this at 1080p at 60 frames a second. So that is what I'm currently recording on right now, and I'll let you know if there's any differences in how things are going. All right, here we go. I'm just trying to do some basic punches right now. And you can kind of get a little bit of an idea of how responsive it is just by seeing on the left-hand side of the screen. Let me try to do some variation moves here so you can see what's going on. So just, well, I'm getting my butt kicked right now. I wonder if I can do like a training mode so I can really kind of give you guys an idea of how responsive this feels. I'm not the best at Killer Instinct, as you can obviously see. But I do think I can maybe hold my own against an AI opponent. As far as I can tell right now, it does feel very responsive. So I'm just trying to do like a quick jump right there, and I'm able to evade his attack. So jump back, jump up, punch, 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 and kick, kick, kick. Yeah, so it seems to be fairly responsive. Oh, look at that. I did a combo move, and I didn't even know how to do it. Look at me go. This is what happens when you play against an AI computer opponent. See, what I would really love to do is there's a video graphic overlays to where you can actually show an Xbox One controller on a PC But of course, because I am actually doing this on a phone, I'm not able to use those same devices to capture the Xbox input on a PC to translate it here. Yeah, there we go. This guy is getting destroyed. I'm just mashing buttons at this point. I have no idea how to do combos in this. Alternating some punches and kicks. Yeah, it feels quite accurate to what I might experience on a console right here. So, very impressed with that one. It's a very simplistic match against the AI, just to kind of get a feel for the timing and how things work. And look at that. Ooh, I got an Achievo. Sparring Rash. You've won a versus match as Rash. Cool. Didn't expect to actually get the achievement for that, but I guess it was a pretty simplistic achievement. So yeah, just going up, down on the controller, selecting the different menu options. Feels very responsive. Yeah. Yeah, totally feels pretty good to me. I'll go ahead and go back to the main menu here, and we'll see what we can find out here. See if we can't find an online opponent, and see if we can't jump into a game pretty quickly here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I'm in single player. We need to go to multiplayer. Fight, challenge human opponents. I'm probably going to get destroyed. We want to go online. So play a friendly match online. Let's go with that. Syncing ladder information with the server. Everything seems to be going very, very well so far. The one thing that I will do once this is all said and done in the video, at the end I am going to actually show you how much data this took using my phone off of Wi-Fi, and kind of give you an idea of how much data you can expect to be using when you are using Project xCloud. Because let's be honest, this is perfectly suited for a Wi-Fi environment. Some people are going to try to do this on mobile, and I'm sure it's going to be fairly responsive. We'll find out in some other test videos and in my overall arching video, talking about how I played it in different use case scenarios. I actually tried this out at a movie theater while I was sitting through the commercials and previews. And it actually worked decently well. I was kind of surprised. But yeah, that's something that we'll talk about in the future. But really, it is kind of one of those things that it is going to be fairly data intensive to play these kinds of games. And, you know, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted out a photo a couple of days ago that showed how much data I used in a 5-minute span. And yeah, I think you'll be kind of surprised to see how much data this is using. So yeah, make sure you have a hefty data plan if you're trying to do this on a mobile phone using a mobile connection. Otherwise, if you're using Wi-Fi, you shouldn't really have any sort of a problem. Looks like it is taking its sweet old time trying to find an opponent right now. It is fairly late or early in the day. Probably not going to be finding that many opponents on right now. There we go. Public exhibition match ready. I'm going to get destroyed. This guy's a level 50. Oh, hey, look, it brought me back out to the menu, I think. Unless I can just hit fight. Nope, nope, it looks like it did bring me out to the main menu. Let's try to do this one more time. We do want to do an exhibition. Search, qualifiers, killer. Yeah, sure. I think this is basically the default settings. I'm not as familiar with Killer Instinct as most other games, but this is definitely one where we will be checking it out and seeing how the multiplayer works. Once again, I am using Wi-Fi. I am doing this on a Galaxy S10, and you know, so far so good with just the single-player match. You know, I don't think we've had too many issues so far, at least nothing that I can see. Of course, we've got the multiplayer connection component that we're dealing with right now, but this is fairly standard on any console or PC. I mean, just trying to find an opponent. It's a fairly older game. I mean, it was a launch title. They've had a couple of different updates since then, but really, aside from being on Project xCloud, they really haven't had any major updates to this game recently. Let's go ahead and try to ready up. Here we go. I think we got into a match now. All right. I am going to get destroyed by this guy. He's a level 46. Level 1. This is the first time I've ever played this online. I totally am expecting to get destroyed. There we go. General Ram. All right. I'm really interested to see how well this works. All right, here we go. Oh, my God. This guy's going to destroy me. Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. Come on, let's go. Get a couple hits in. There you go, Rash. Come on. Beat him. Let's go. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just button mashing at this point. If I beat this guy, this is a shame on him. Oh, look at that. Kick, kick, kick. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm so dead right now. Oh, Rash. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, jeez. Look at this guy taunt me. All right, here we go. Yep, I am so dead. I am noticing I am able to get some moves in that feel responsive. This guy is clearly a higher level than me and knows exactly what he's doing, so I don't know if this is a fair comparison. But, yeah, this is just a massacre for me. He just absolutely destroyed me right there. Absolutely destroyed me. From what I could tell, though, it did seem very responsive. I didn't have any issue trying to jump or anything of the nature. I think I literally just got destroyed because this guy is clearly better than me. Oh, look at that. I got an achievement for being so bad. Friendly Rash. Let's see if I can rematch this guy. Let's see if I can rematch him and see if we can jump right back in. Probably not. Oh, here we go. He's going to rematch. All right, here we go. Oh, my God. He is just murdering me. Holy cow. I can't even get... There we go. I finally got a kick in. This guy didn't get a flawless on me. There we go. Come on. Get something going. There we go. Come on. All right. Come on. Jump, jump, jump. Get over there. Do something, Rash. There we go. Now we're getting some momentum. And I'm toasted. Toasted, 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 and burnt to a crisp. All right, come on. Come on, do something good. Let's not look super noobish in this video. My good God. Holy Lord. Yeah, so I'm just going to get absolutely murdered. Fair assessment, fair point. I don't play Killer Instinct. I am not the kind of person that plays Killer Instinct. My fighting game is Dead or Alive. I'm just going to sit and take it at this point. I am just so dead. Holy cow. Look at that combo. My Lord. I'm just like... He killed me like 12 times over. Look at that. He's teabagging me. What a winner. Yeah, games like Dead or Alive are more of my jam, more of my speed. Killer Instinct, I mean, this is a lot like Mortal Kombat and the juggling and the whole combo things. Not totally my type of game. So it's kind of really not a good comparison when I'm trying to show how responsive the game is. Because it's hard for me to really show, like, you know, how well I can combo and how well I can, you know, block attacks and stuff like that. I think it was better assessment, a better judgment was during the single player. And honestly, I didn't feel like that was unfair per se. The guy clearly is going to beat me out of the water without any question at all. But I think that, you know, when I was able to move, whenever I was able to kind of get any attacks in, it kind of felt like everything was pretty responsive. In terms of like the quality of the video, I mean, you be the judge. Of course, this is, you know, the Galaxy S10 Plus native resolution is 1440p, so that's a little bit higher than 1080p high def, which this is what being filmed on right now. This is 1080p 60 frames. Video quality, I mean, it looked good to me. It didn't look like there was any kind of artifacting or anything of that nature. So I think that in the general sense, everything looked okay. I didn't notice any kind of artifacting or anything like that that would really throw me off when I was playing the game. I do think that the game was fairly responsive in terms of the controls. You be the judge, but in my own personal opinion, I thought everything played very, very smoothly. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this video with Killer Instinct. I'm going to go ahead and do another video where I'm going to play Halo 5, so be on the lookout for that one. And be sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below if you have any questions of how the game played, or if you have any questions how to set things up, things of that nature. But that's going to wrap it up. So I'm MonkeyD22. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.